good.
David, how's camp?
Won't know till it's scanned, but I don't think it's anything to do with the ACL, so that's a good thing.
Did he have some work done on his knees in the lead up to this game? Or?
As in?
Someone said he had his knee drained during the week or something. There's a report somewhere.
Fluid out?
Yeah, fluid.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, okay.
Was it a risk to bring him into this game today?
No, we trained him on the captain's run as he did the week before, and he was fine.
Did you say anything about how it happened? It just seemed pretty innocent.
Yeah, no, I didn't actually see it. So I didn't see how it happened, but you know, again, the week before there, he just had a little bit of clicking, and you know, he was, you know, again, I wouldn't push a player if he couldn't, and he was quite happy to do so, and he looked pretty good at the start.
He hasn't been taken to the hospital for scans or anything
No,
now?
no.
Was this a bit of measure of heartache at this ground for you guys? Last time it was a golden point, now you lose your star player so early in the halfway through the match.
Yeah, I think the main thing for Campo is just to see if he's okay. Look, it is a tough ground to come and play, and you know, I really liked the way we started, and you know, we got on the board first, and we needed to sort of get ourselves into that arm wrestle. I thought was quite good, but you know, a bit of possession there, and that late in the first half there, and they just had too much, and we made a couple of decisions on our line which weren't good enough.
What do you put that down to, Dave? Obviously, after that great win against the Warriors on Sunday, what's the difference tonight?
I said we started well, so again we focused on we needed to take a little bit of energy away from Brisbane. You know, we had the shorter turnaround. We were confident enough there to, you know, we needed to build pressure. I didn't think we did. We scored that early try. We got through a couple of early sets there, but a couple of back-to-back penalties, given a little bit of possession. We still needed to defend on our line. We'd do it for 4 or 5, you know, 4 tackles, and then we'd sort of let a try in there. So, and momentum started on the Brisbane side, so it was tough to try and rein that back, you know, especially giving them that much possession and probably that score at half time. There was times in the second half, and I mean, again, we were down men on the bench, and we had Barrow in the halves, and you know, again, we had to shuffle our interchanges there a little bit. So look, there's a number number of factors here, but it's too much possession, and you know, against a side like that who's playing some good football.
Was Sam Williams up in Brisbane today?
Yes. Yes.
So when was that decision made that Campo was going to play? Was that just this morning?
No. It was on our captain's run Thursday.
Okay.
You know, again, had a look at, you know, how he was, and he was, not a problem in captain's run, same as he did the week before. So, you know, that's we're pretty confident it's not major or anything like that. So, we just need to clean out whether something that happens, something's floating around. I'm not sure.
Dave, you guys have played a lot of the teams that are considered, competition favourites at the moment: the Melbourne, Brisbane, Warriors, Tigers. Do you see anyone as a standout just yet?
Well, I think, yeah, look, there's the teams that are at the top there are a standout at the moment. And, you know, they're playing some good football, being consistent.
What about Joel Thompson on report? He seemed to collect a teammate there.
Well, actually, I think he was going for the ball. You know, he was trying to dislodge the ball, you know.
Is that one of the silliest penalties you've ever seen?
Look, we're talking about hitting your own teammate. Yeah, that's probably silly. But
David, how was the loss of Campo? How big an impact did it have in the end?
Yeah, obviously, it was hard to recover. When he went off, we gave him a fair leg up in the first half with offloads and penalties. That was our fault, and then with Campo off, it was a bit of a scramble for positions and shape. But in saying that, Josh McCrone led the team around last year, so he was in a good position to lead us again in this game. We hadn't trained with Barrow obviously in the halves at training during the week, but I thought he did the right sort of job. But obviously things were going to be a bit muddled up. So next week will be good. We'll put maybe Sammy Williams or someone in there and have a full week of training together. And we have a bye actually, so got 2 weeks to prepare with Sammy in there if he's going to play, and we should be in good stead for the next game.
Speaking of the bye, David, readers of the paper will wonder what the impact is for Origin and Terry's involvement. Can you give them any idea? The first Origin's a month away.
I can't, mate. Just got to have a look at the scans and see where he's at. But I think, look, I can't at the moment until the doctors have had a look, and he's moving around okay now. You know, he's got ice on his knee, but that's where we're at.
Fancy, obviously, Sam Williams, obviously the logical choice to come into the side.
I think so, mate. Yeah. Look, he's been playing some good football for our feeder club, the Mounties. I had no problems about if there was any sort of any risk there for Canberra putting Sammy straight in.
So he go to half back and Josh will go back to 5'8". Is that how it works?
Yes, it will, mate. Yeah.
Josh okay? It looked like he clutched at his neck at one point and was fairly sort of slow to get back into the play.
No, I think he's fine. Yeah.
Sheila, after such a good start, what turned it? Where did it sort of fall apart?
Probably the cheap penalties we gave away, and then the offloads as well. We just gave them way too much possession. I haven't seen the stats yet, but we must have given them 6 or 7 extra sets in the first half, and obviously that really gassed us. And there was times when we really scrambled well, and there was some big efforts, but with all those extra penalties and offloads, it's pretty hard to defend.
Thanks, guys.
Powerade, refreshing and good for you.
Well said. Good to go.
It's on tape. Thanks, Sam.
Right, guys.
All your thoughts early.
Oh, obviously I wouldn't have liked to seen us concede any more points. They got that try, which was a bit of a messy one, but I thought we were going to play well tonight. We prepared well all week, so it was disappointing to concede the first try, but we got into a bit of rhythm after that.
You have a habit of that if you concede a try, but then you end up shutting teams out after that.
Yeah, we've. I mean, it's a good habit to have. The pleasing thing tonight was that they didn't get any more. You know, last week we had them at 4 from a messy try as well, and then coughed up 10 at the end. And but tonight, that second half, it wasn't pretty, and both sides were probably, not really going at each other like they were in the first half. But the fact that we were able to close the game out and 10-0 the second half, it was a better sign than last week.
Well, if you control the possession in that first half, I'm imagining against the side as big as them, that's pretty important.
Yeah, well, the game was always, from my point of view, was going to be, their middle was their strength, so we were able to starve them some possession there and got a good roll on through the middle there at different parts in the game, and which paid dividends for us.
Spending the whole summer reading about how you're going to replace Darren Lockyer, you managed to replace both your halves pretty well.
Well, it was just a real credit to both those boys the way they went about their business tonight. They got a try each, or Corey might have got 2, and they probably got a few line breaks each. But in general, just the control we had in our attack, even when, as I say, the game in the back end of the game, we probably had the game won. They were just still prepared to roll down the field and kick and chase, and it just gave us real good control, the two of them, which is a real credit to them.
Take you back to Toyota Cup Day.
Yeah, well, they played a lot of footy, but I said earlier in the week that the two of them have worked extremely hard, since November last year, getting ready for their chance, and they both got it together tonight, and it was just pleasing to see for this week that work's paid off for them, and they were able to get us over the line with the way they played.
Sam, you had 2 hiccups during the week with Ben's suspension and losing Peter. That might throw a lot of teams. Were you a bit anxious at all that the result might not come tonight or might not flow as well? Those sort of hiccups?
They always destruct. They really do interrupt your week and in your preparation. But we, put all that aside, we did prepare really well this week for this game, and we were very confident. We knew that it was going to be a tough, hard battle, and I think even just with a little bit of rain tonight, it might have helped us out a bit there too. We just wanted to play up the middle all night. you know, off the back of Macca coming out of dummy half, off the back of our halves running the ball, and you know, it was good to come off the field tonight knowing that we shut a team down in the second half. I don't think it's something we've done this year, so you know, the boys are sore in the sheds, but very happy to get a good win like that.
Any thoughts on the halves, Sam? Just about well,
On the halves, they went good. They did their job tonight, and they did their job really well. You know, they played a lot of footy together back in the 20s, so they've got that little bit of combination there, and they've both been working really hard, as Hook said, to even just fight for that one position, that 6 jersey. And I told Benny Hunt at the start of the game that this was his chance and opportunity, and he ran with it tonight. So you know, if anything does happen down the track and we do need him again, I'm sure he'll stand up and play some good footy for us.
Were both halves assertive? Were they both, you know, yelling instructions and everything else?
Yeah, I get sick of them when they yell at me all the time, which is a good thing. You want to be getting angry and filthy at them because they're telling you to do, you know, a lot of work out there. When they go quiet is when you start worrying and start panicking. So they were very assertive, both of them, and I think a few times they argued amongst each other because they wanted the ball and they just wanted to, you know, run the ball and break the line themselves.
There's a lot of stuff there in the middle before it did open up. What do you think of Petro in the 25 minutes he had on there before he came on?
Probably his best game back for us so far. It's good to see you know, Petro rolling through the middle as he did tonight. I think Petro was really good, and all the forwards were good. You know, especially the guys that come off the bench, and Josh McGuire got us forward, and Dynamis Lewin. I think he only played about 15 minutes, but you know, from his first run he was out there to you know, break the line and played really well. So I'll be sure to pat all the forwards on the back.
What about that audacious flick pass from Matt Gillette?
I mean, he's a freak. I don't even know where it came from, but you know, it was just good to see some freakish footy like that, and good to see a lot of Broncos jerseys around there to jump on that ball, and you know, that we had blokes sniffing around to score that try in the end. So it was good.
Anthony, would you be surprised if Josh Hoffman isn't the New Zealand fullback after maybe last night?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, he's had terrific form, and yeah, I think he was going to be the fullback last year. He only got for injury, so you know, he deserves that spot. He's earned it, so to be, you know, I'm expecting him to be named there.
Another huge game for him tonight. I suppose he played a really traditional fullback role there. He's just always in support. He's always on the foot. He gets a lot of metres. Really involved.
Yeah, he's by his own standards, probably his first couple of games in that respect weren't up to that mark, but the last month or 5 weeks just had a real focus with him of you know, making sure he's got an effort around the middle there, so he can be in as many plays as possible, and he's really doing that well now. He's returning the ball well, and then he's you know, trying to find another 2 or 3 plays a set to get involved in as well, which is what you need your fullback doing.